Hello, welcome back to part two of Bigfoot,
Hello, welcome back to part two of Bigfoot.
Ghost, Ghouls, Gyms, and others.
James.
So I can't remember how we ended part one, but something
Um, we ended part
because it was
one.
recorded yesterday
I
and
said
definitely
subscribe.
not 20 seconds ago. Um,
Even though I put when it was recorded in the description every
oh,
time,
do you?
it was definitely just called recording
Well, at
on
least
different
someone's
days.
reading our description, eh?
Oh well, it's not, I don't write them for nothing.
But so we was talking about Bigfoot last episode and how Bigfoot is a strange
And you
mystery.
know what they say about big feet?
Big socks.
Big socks. Bigfoot's got big socks, man.
Imagine they just
And a
they
huge
just
cock.
they just see Bigfoot in the wild. Oh, big socks.
Just, oh my god, look how big his socks are.
Oh, but I want to.
So yeah, this is the two funniest cunts in the world before you
They didn't have
ask.
to ask. They're here for a reason. But with today's one,
Accidentally
I
kick a
want to
kitten.
start off with a little UFO story I have because, funny enough, I actually don't believe in aliens. I believe in like existential life, but I believe in like little bacteria and
Do you mean extraterrestrial?
what do I say?
Terrestrial.
Existential.
Existential.
Just little bugs out there, just having a really hard time.
Yeah, yeah, just single cell organisms. What am I?
But that's I believe there is other life out there. I don't believe in the conventional kind of aliens and spaceship, but the universe is too big for it to only be us. But then it's the same thing of if I haven't seen it, I can't really believe it. But with my UFOs,
Okay, then is Morocco a real place?
I know I haven't seen it.
Exactly.
You
So
never said it was.
okay, carry on.
So basically, I was in Morocco. No. So I was out one day. I was about 16, 17. I'm not sure if I ever told you this story. I haven't told the podcast this story either. But me and my
Well, it'd be weird if you told them, but not me when we
no,
do
because
this
I just
together.
got maybe I have told the podcast this story. Either way, uh, I was out with my friend and like we was having a sleepover and shut up. So like it got to like obviously you're like 16, 17, you're just not sleeping, are you? So it got to like 5 in the morning. We was quite bored, and it was like summertime.
Wait, are you intentionally trying to make this sound gay?
No, no, no.
We're just
There's
not
definitely a
sleeping,
story
are
about a
we?
UFO, not how me and my friend had gay sex. There's no subline messaging or undertones to this story. So we got quite bored at like 5 o'clock in the morning because we'd been up all night shagging. So we was like, and it was like summertime, so it was like really light out then. So I was like, oh fuck it, we'll just go to the park near us. Like just get out for a bit, like because you're 17, you just
Dogging.
what else you gonna do? And this is before like my weed days or like big drinking, so we were completely sober, a little bit tired, but nothing too drastic. Anyway, we were sitting on this bench and was having a fag, and I can't remember. He was just like chatting something to me. Like, I can't remember the conversation, but like I kind of stopped him and I was like, "Sorry, mate. Do you see that?" He was like, "Yeah, I've been staring at that for like a good minute now." And we didn't. Basically, it was like to say we're sitting on the bench and we got like the whole field in front of us, and like the skyline, the horizon. You can't. There's nothing there. Like there's a few planes. There's some tall like buildings or the telephone towers, and like then we right kind of in front of us, but still obviously very far away. It was like this orange light, and it was like very dim, but it was bright enough for me and him to notice. And it was obviously big because the distance it was away, we could still see it. So anyway, we're staring at this, and it weren't like stationary. It was moving very like irrationally, like side to side, up and down, like zigzagging, like fast, but not like extremely fast. And it was like, at first we didn't even think nothing of it. It was like, what the fuck are we? What is this? Is this like a helicopter? It was like, no, we wouldn't see a helicopter that far away. It was like, is this just a guy with a torch? And it was like, no, because it's too far up in the sky. So anyway, this happened for like about 2 or 3 minutes, and we was just there and we was like laughing. It was like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this? Like, and then anyway, it just like that, just went away. I was like, whoa, that's fucking weird. And then we didn't actually mention anything, but then over the like next day and the next year, like it would come up with like, yeah, that was really fucking weird. But that's like the only kind of UFO experience I've had. And I wouldn't even say that's like aliens. I'd just say it's a UFO, like unidentifiable. And what's the word?
I know what.
Unidentifiable. Unidentifiable. I just can't speak. Flying
No, that's
object.
not it.
You know the word I'm trying to say.
No, it's not it. It's the wrong foot. No, that's it.
I just can't.
I know what.
Unidentifiable.
Go on.
You know what I'm trying to say. It doesn't matter.
No,
Look,
go on. People, the four viewers don't know what you're
look.
gonna say.
Just because I can't speak doesn't mean I can't have a podcast.
Just say what you're gonna say. You're losing it here.
Unidentical. Oh, mate, I just can't. Unidentifiable.
Well, you're just saying the wrong. Why is it? It's not unidentical.
I
Unidentical to
know, but
what?
I just can't say the word anyway, so it doesn't matter. I know the word.
What
You know the
word?
fucking word I'm on about.
You. I know the word, but you
I
don't.
know the word, but I just can't say it.
What's the word then? You got like the first three syllables
Un.
right. Yes.
And then
Yes.
I just the rest of it just won't come out. It's just gonna be
No, the
identical.
next one's right.
Un
Not.
unidentified flying object. There we go.
There you go. Round of applause. Round of applause for Jamie. Put some hearts in the chat.
This podcast is brought to you on Jamie on 3 double vodkas and cokes.
Nah, don't try to blame alcohol.
I always say alcohol makes me more smarter and aware, but it's just clearly not. Or clearly it does.
Mate. Yeah, you got there in the end, so maybe it does.
But yeah, that's a strange story I've always had an experience I've never been able to identify, if you will. But even then, I don't know what it was. I can't say what it was. I don't even know what I think it was. It was just a big orange light.
I think the closest thing I've seen to something like that is a shooting star.
Yeah, but even then, you know it's a shooting star. Like this didn't have.
It might not be. I thought it was a fucking UFO at first. I was like, oh shit, did you see that? And it was like, no, it's a shooting star. I was like, fucking hell, I thought it was aliens.
Yeah, but this weren't traveling at like light speed. It was traveling very irrationally, in its own way.
Do you remember at Reddit when we saw that light and we was like, oh fuck, that's moving around weird? Then it just was a drone.
That was funny, but that was. But then
So
that
was this just
no,
a drone?
because that was after a night of heavy drinking, drugs, and more drugs. Whereas this, we were completely sober, and it wouldn't have been a drone.
Yeah, but it might have just been a drone that you couldn't have
No,
seen. You could only see the light
so
for.
far away. So
Yeah, it might have just
like
been a bright
because we
light.
saw it in the horizon. Do you know how far the horizon is?
Well, it just doesn't end.
Exactly.
Are you not just talking about the sun?
Or like like in Only Fools and Horses, where Trigger says that he sees a UFO. He's like, I'm just staring at the star, and it's not there, and he's just blinking the whole time. It's like there it goes. But no, it was just definitely there was nothing it could have been, and it's one of those. So I heard a great quote on Haunting of Hill House, and it's some stories can't be told; they have to be lived, and that is one thing that's why I've never really come out and said it, because I'm like, people are just going to say what they want, but I know what I fucking saw. And even the friend I was with, I don't talk to anymore. But I guarantee if I spoke to him and said, hey, fucking hell, by the way, do you remember this? He'll go, oh yeah, I remember that, that was weird.
Yeah, some things you just see and you're just like, oh, I never want to speak about that ever again.
Yeah.
It's like this one time me and my cousin went somewhere to smoke weed. We went by this little bit by the river. It was a nice little bit of the bank. I was just gonna stand there and smoke. Then this fucking guy comes down and just kind of stands there, and he's like twitchy. And me and my cousin just sitting on this branch, and we were just like, should we just leave? Because this is weird. He's obviously waiting for someone. It was just it was just so out of the way when we didn't expect anyone to come, and he just showed up. Obviously, he's obviously there for some dodgy sort of dealing.
Did he like notice you at any point?
Yeah, we was about 7 feet
Oh
feet
fucking
apart.
hell! So you're close.
Yeah, well, it was a bank. It was like a little bank
Jesus.
on a river.
And what? He was
Yeah,
just standing there doing nothing.
waiting for something.
And then how long did you wait before you left?
Oh, like 2 minutes. Because as soon as he came, I was straight away booked out because I was a little high
Oh
already.
yeah, that just makes it 10 times worse.
Then like my cousin just looked at me and he like mouthed like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm high," and he's like,
Was it like
"Do you want to
daytime or
leave?" And I was like,
nighttime?
"Yeah, daytime."
That's even weirder.
Yeah, you just obviously getting crack or something.
That's probably it. But then even then,
It looked like somewhere where people would smoke
but then
crack.
even
Not that me and my cousin were smoking crack.
even in that situation, you'd think they'd see you and your cousin like two, not big but grown men. Like you'd think, oh fuck, I don't want to be near this situation. Then like walk away, not far, but like just somewhere out of the way.
Yeah, or just like he was definitely there to buy something dodgy or meet someone
Yeah,
dodgy, and it's probably like, oh, I should probably don't want to meet here where these two other people are.
it's always weird. Like
People just weird.
we'll never know the answers, and then we'll die.
Like that sound we heard in that park.
Oh, that was weird. That was a weird old night. That was.
That was
Do you
Bookie.
want to tell the story?
Bookie, that was. No, you
Oh,
tell the
I just
story.
told a story.
All right, I'll tell the story.
So we was in this
I'll
one.
set the scene. So we was just walking around one day. We both had the day off work, and we were just like smoking a couple joints, having a bit of like a nice
No,
catch
we
up.
weren't. Were we
Then
smoking?
like,
Because this was Halloween.
yeah,
Halloween time, weren't it?
it was near Halloween, but it
Yeah.
wasn't Halloween. No,
So it's sober October. We weren't. I don't think we were smoking because that's why we got even weirded out by it.
Oh,
Yeah.
mad. Oh, yeah. So we was actually being good boys.
Wait, were we?
I don't know. I feel like no. Sober October was last year. This was the year before.
No, it weren't. It was last year.
No, it
It
wasn't.
weren't the year before because we
It was
weren't going
nah.
non-search
Yeah,
back
it
then.
was. It was the year
100% it
before.
weren't.
Nah, it wasn't last
It
year.
was.
No, it wasn't. 100% it wasn't.
Right, we'll have this argument off camera, but go on. Either way, go on.
So 2 years ago, we was walking about. We might have been high. We might not have been. But it started to get dark, and we walked into this like big park that we walked through before. Then like we got to this area where like it was kind of like a grid, and there was like bushes in the middle, but like there was paths going everywhere.
It was 2 years ago and we
And we
were
got
high. Go on, yeah.
yeah. Thanks, fucking dickhead. And
Because we got lost. We got heavily lost
like
in this park.
yeah, so we got lost in this like grid of bushes basically. Like it wasn't like bushes you get outside your front garden. It was like mini
Yeah, mini
forests
forest.
basically.
But like, it
And
was.
like it started to get dark, and we were just walking like mind our own business, and we like went in like a bit more of the grid. Then like
Wait, can I just say, because like,
we
we
it.
got lost and we could hear the road was.
Do you want to just tell
No,
a
no,
story
it's
then?
just this bit that you're missing out.
You just want to go on, just tell yourself, mate.
Because it was dark and we were trying to find a way out and we could hear the cars, but we couldn't work out how to get there. But it sounded like.
And by the cars he means there was like an A road next to this park where the path was to like
Yeah, there
basically
weren't just cars there
fucking
going, oh yeah, come this way, come this way. There's a Lightning McQueen in the gang. But yeah, go on.
um yeah, so we got in like more in, and it was getting dark, and like we was both getting a bit booked out because it was just there was just no lights at all, and it was just getting dark, and it was just a booky park. Like dark in a forest is not something you want to be ever, especially when you're
Yeah.
stoned, because you're just even more paranoid. So we're just trying to find our way out. Then we just hear what sounds like a witch cackle, and we haven't seen or heard anyone the whole time we was in the park before. Like before we walked around like a bit of the park that was nearby, and there was just no people there because it was getting dark and it was like a weekday. And we just hear this witch crackle, and we was like, "What the fuck is that then?"
Because we didn't even really register it at first. Like we mentioned it, but we were still so focused on getting the fuck out of this park.
Yeah, then I think one of us went for a wee. Then the other one was like, "So that was a weird sound."
Yeah, because it weren't like a generic like, but it was kind of like that. It was like a
Yeah,
witch's scream, but it sounded. It didn't sound menacing. It sounded playful.
yeah, which is weirder.
And I don't know. It's like I know you came up with the theory that it could have just been a squirrel, but I, I don't. It just.
Yeah, because I saw a video of the sound squirrel make, and they just kind of just scream.
But it didn't sound like a scream. Like it did sound like a playful laugh with intention behind it.
An implication, you might say.
But it was just. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, just spooky. We just wanted to get out of there after
And
that,
that's why I kept on getting annoyed
and it
of.
was
It's like a
just
horror film. Like the further we got, the further the road was, but the road always sounded like, oh, it's just there.
yeah on the like our right side or whatever it was.
Yeah, and it was just.
Like we were so close but so far the whole time.
And if you've ever been like in a pitch black field, you can't see more than 2 feet in front of you, really.
Yeah,
And we were deep into the park, and then we started like leaving the park as it was dark anyway. So we were just fucked.
we eventually got out though.
No, we didn't. We're just still there. This is why we decided to do the
We are one
podcast.
with the park. Oh, it was just dodgy,
It
man.
was a scary experience. For Halloween,
We haven't been back since in the
that's what I'm
dark.
saying. For Halloween, we'll do a podcast in the park. Do a podcast in the park on Halloween.
Oh no, I'm not taking my fucking stuff out. We get robbed. Live in South London.
Yeah,
Come on.
true. But what about UFOs? Have you ever
But
had
yeah,
anything like that?
not really. Not a weirdo.
Yeah, because people get to choose when they see them.
Well, yeah, it's just weirdos to him.
Fuck off.
But like, when I was younger, I was like scared of aliens because I thought, oh no, they're gonna like, abduct me. Like this one time, I was sleeping. I just heard like a really low plane.
Mm.
But like at the time, for some reason, aliens were on my mind. I was like, oh fuck this shit, that's probably aliens. And I just went and stayed in my mum and dad's bed.
And that's like, so when I used to live like near you, like we
Yeah.
always, it weren't every day, but it was like maybe once a week, maybe twice a month. There was this huge flashlight in the sky,
Yeah, the
and like
spotlight.
it's nothing like abnormal or supernatural. Like it comes from somewhere, but
It
we've
was just a
never
spotlight.
located the source of where it comes from.
We've been on both sides
Yeah,
of
it's
it,
just never fucking made
and whatever
sense.
side you're on, it looks like we'd be on one side, and we'd go, oh, it's over there. Then another day, we'd be where we think it is or whereabouts, and it'd be really far away.
Yeah, and like we've been in
It's so
Sutton and
weird.
seen it, which is Sutton is
Yeah,
far from our home. Well, not too far, but
yeah.
like a
It's
good
hard.
few miles.
It's like, and like where we thought it was is like a foresty area by a hospital,
Yeah, and it
but like it just wasn't
because
there.
it wouldn't even make sense
Then
to be
like,
a
but
part of
like
the
when you're near the
hospital. It
hospital,
wouldn't
it'd be like near Croydon, which is like fucking far
like it's
away.
just never once made sense. And like
Yeah,
we've always
and like just no one ever questioned it.
and
Like I didn't see it in like on Facebook or like you normally get something on Facebook if it's like in the local
yeah, no
area.
one ever
Or
brings it
like I
up.
didn't see any like stupid news articles. It was just a spotlight, then it just disappeared and stopped being a thing.
And it's
And I was just like, what is it
and
for
it's
then?
so bright. Like you can see it searching the night sky.
You can see the
That's
beam.
how
You can see
yeah.
the beam from the
Like
bottom.
it's so unridiculous. Like it's just so bright. But then we've also had a
Yeah, man.
weird experience near that hospital when we was at the bus stop, and we was looking and we was like, I never knew the Shard was that close, because we could see the Shard, and we was like, oh yeah, that's
Oh
weird.
yeah, but it looked way closer than
And
it
then
was.
to this day, I've been in that same position and never seen a Shard there.
Oh no, I've seen the shard, but it's got to be a really clear day. But it's never looked
Like
that
it looked
close.
like it was less than 6 miles away. I was gonna say it
Yeah.
looked like about 10 miles away, but it fucking is about 10 miles away.
Yeah. It just looked way closer than it is. Like you can see it if you're on a double decker bus. Like pretty much every day in like the spring and summer. But like the way we saw it that time, yeah, I just too close, man.
I know. Even like that spotlight is just always weirded me out because we've always had like a helicopter, like around twice a month, 3 times a month, maybe even like once a week, would just patrol the whole area, but it would never land, and I would never hear it come, and I'd never hear it go. But it would just sound like it patrols and it patrols and it patrols for hours, like deep into the night. And like I've always been like,
I was probably just looking for someone.
but no, because it don't have a. I don't know.
They have like thermal cameras and stuff now, though.
But then we would hear about it, like we'd be like, oh, on news, like we were
Would we?
searching for this
Would we though?
person.
Would we though? How much do we know? Like they only tell us what
Yeah,
they
it could
feel
be
they
like
want to.
escaped convict or something like that. But then it wouldn't be that
Exactly,
regularly, and we don't have prisons near us. It could be. I don't know.
mate. There's dodgy people around this area, man.
Yeah, but we're safest borough
Could
in
be
London.
anything.
Sutton is the safest borough in London. It's so
Yeah,
fucked, isn't it?
yeah, I know. Like, because it's just
No,
not
it's
safe.
not.
Like, fucking drugs are so accessible.
Yeah, I was watching a Vice documentary about how Instagram and Snapchat are so influential in buying drugs now, and that's why younger
Oh,
people are
mate, you
doing
know how
them.
many people I see on Snapchat just advertising that they sell
I
weed
don't get why the police can't just do,
because they're not the people they're looking for.
but it's still
They don't
dealing.
care about the dealers. They care, yeah, but they don't care about the dealers. They care about the fucking suppliers.
But then if you get to enough dealers and interrogate them, they're gonna all give you pretty much the same suppliers.
Yeah, but they probably already know about most of the people though.
Yeah, well, that's what they said on this Vice documentary. It was like the police ain't gonna even look into the Snapchat and Instagram dealers because they're still not even looking into the street dealers. That's so obvious. Like, because apparently, like 20
Yeah,
years ago, like my family members and like stuff like that have always said like you just be walking down the street and there'll be a guy being like cocaine, weed, just crack, MDMA, and like you'd say it like that, and then you just go up to him if you want to buy it.
like the fucking strawberry man. Strawberries, £1
Oh,
from
we got some
strawberries.
crack MDMA, we got some weed, Cali Kush, coke, heroin. Come and get your heroin too for the price of one.
Going once, going right. It's nice and fresh off the basket.
Going once and he's dead. Come on.
It's gone to Mary.
But
Have a nice day, Mary.
it's the ongoing thing. They'll always, the longer you live, the more questions you ask, and the less get answered. And then we don't.
Oh, we know that's not true for everyone though. Some people just don't ask any
Yeah, I
questions.
mean, for actual people who have a brain, who open their minds.
Yeah, like just not just take everything as it is.
Because that's,
I just don't get how people just don't question
yeah,
things.
because even like with COVID-19, right? I don't know what's going on. From what I've told, it's a
Oh, let me
worldwide.
fill you in. So
Oh,
basically, there was a
shut up.
guy
I ain't
in
got time for
China
all
who
this. I ain't got time for
allegedly.
all that. Dying for a piss. So there's a worldwide pandemic going around, and it's a virus. And at the end of the day, conspiracy theorists or not, that's just what we're going to have to go with. It's probably not actually the truth. It probably is, or it is the truth, but it was caused by something else and to fund this. Anyway, at the end of the day, we have very simple instructions that we just got to follow. And no matter what you believe, you might as well do as all the researchers and the whole world is telling you to do.
You know, the scientists whose jobs is to tell us what to do when stuff like this
Yeah.
happens.
Oh, and that's just like the asteroid thing, man. It's like, so we haven't got anything in place for if a world-ending asteroid comes.
I've told you before, just a net, big net.
Send up a net. But like,
That's all you need, big net.
or a net, just a net from the old people's home. Go on, a net, you got this.
Yeah, just
So, oh, have
go on
I
a net.
But it's just like we're just waiting for the day it happens. It's like, oh, what are we gonna do? If only we had like 50 years to prepare for this. It's just so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Anything,
On that
anything
note,
to add?
I think that's the end of part 2 of Bigfoot UFOs 2 Electric Boogaloo.
I love that name. And on that note,
Subscribe.